because you are a comedian, I'm required by law to ask you about the slap. So the latest is the Academy of Motion Arts and Scientists is being accused of misleading the public after releasing a statement saying Will Smith was asked to leave the ceremony after slapping Chris Rock. Variety and TMZ are reporting sources close to Smith who say the claim that he was asked to leave is false. That he was actually asked to remain in the theater. So, John, obviously, all of us that tour together have a take on comedians being physically assaulted on stage. But what are your thoughts on the whole?
Look, I've had dozens of audience members come on stage to slap me, but very rarely does the crowd give those people an award a few minutes later, like 5-6 times tops. I was really upset by the whole thing. I'm used to going to bed angry at the Oscars after the Oscars. I'm not used to going to bed depressed. You know, the Oscars are a very special time when we honor achievements in cinema by talking about people's clothes and television show ratings. But like, you know, it was violent, it was horrible. And it might seem to you and me, Steph, like Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. But honestly, Merrick Garland's going to need about 18 months to review the evidence before he can admit anything.
On the line of funny and sad. Funny, sad, funny, sad.
I'll tell you right now, Will Smith's agents are offering Chris Rock anything he wants. They were offering him anything to do a cop buddy movie next summer, the two of them. And Chris Rock should only do it if they can get the title G.I. Jane 2. Then I will go. Hey, you know, your award show has gone off the rails when the adult in the room who restores dignity is P. Diddy. That's all I got to say about the Oscars. I mean...
Yeah,
but there are other people making the comment about this is how people like Trump get normalized, because we saw that just be normalized. We're all like, that was an assault. Like, what just happened?
I'm not sure it was normalized. Everybody was horrified by it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in the moment, stayed there, won an award. Everybody, I mean, it's just, I don't.
Well, he'd already won the award, but they didn't have to give him a standing ovation.
I know.
Later. I mean, and I'm sorry, I was more put off by the speech than by the actual slap. I mean, when he made himself both the hero and the victim in his speech, you know, that was violent too. I mean,
John, what was your take on the original joke? Did you and I've heard different things, but I have heard that Chris didn't know about the alopecia. Is that true? I don't know.
I haven't heard that he didn't know about it. All I've heard is that it wasn't a joke from the writers' room. It was a joke from Chris and his writers. I assume if the writers' room had the joke run by them, somebody would have said, "Hey, man, she's got alopecia. Not cool."
Right.
It was a dated joke. I thought dated.
Well, you're looking at me. I mean,
he looked like a Marine. You know, I mean, he's trying to say it wasn't that funny to me. I'm sure if he had known she had alopecia, he wouldn't say it. Those two, Chris and Jada, did like I think 400 of those Madagascar kids cartoons.
They did. So yes.
I assume you know they're on each other's call list. It's just all I know is, Steph, I once saw Donald Trump insult Ted Cruz's wife's looks, and Ted Cruz slapped himself. So. Somewhere on the spectrum of defending your woman between groveling before the man who insulted her and slapping a guy who tells a joke, most guys are there, somewhere on that
Well, I think there's such an interesting, I was saying, like, in this case, justice wasn't black and white, it's green. You know, if you have money and you're powerful, I mean, that's what it felt like to people. But, Frangela said, it's just stuff that I hadn't even sort of thought of, but they thought there was a homophobia in the joke, which I didn't even get. But for them, they were speaking to, the black community in terms of, it was a way of saying, like she looked like a lesbian and I was like, I sort of was like, didn't get it because I'm like, first of all, Demi Moore isn't a lesbian and her character in G.I. Jane wasn't a lesbian, but I get it. She was a Marine and.
But her making a Marine joke. He's making a joke about her hair. That's it. But I mean, again, Chris Rock, who I love, who's been very good to me. He's a great guy, great comic. He made one of the best movies ever, Good Hair, about black women's hair. And I know for a fact, everyone knows he's sensitive to this issue. I don't think he would have told the joke if he'd known.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't have quite as fond of feelings, and I will tell you why, John. Could I have some nostalgia music? We're going back to 1984.
Okay. Tell me, hit it.
Yeah, Stand Up New York. You know the club.
I know very well.
You know me. You know how long it took you to get me to do stand up and to do the tour. So I was just, cobbling together my little jokes.
Set list.
Finally screwed up the courage back in Stanton. I waited, because you get on later because what's the word, Jody? Suck. And so, but I finally got a spot, and I was like, okay, here I go. I finally got the courage, and literally they were like, and now, and the guy comes up to me and goes, Chris Rock just came in, he needs to work out some stuff. And so he went up for like an hour.
You got bumped.
And then they're like, and now here is
Stephanie Miller.
Hi, hello. Literally had to follow Chris Rock.
Wow.
An hour concert set.
He opened for you.
Yeah, that's what I look at it.
I can't believe he would do that to you, Stephanie.
Right? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I had Jerry Seinfeld do that once, and I was headlining, and everybody was more excited to see him than but I've had Chris Rock do that to me as well at the comic strip here in New York. I mean, it happens.
He's a bastard person, is my point.
Look, here's the point. All three of them are going to cash in off of this so hard. I mean, all three of them are going to cash. My God, the Red Table special. I mean, they're all going to make so much bank on this thing.
People are going to finally figure out what the Red Table special is.
What is that?
It's Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook Watch show.
Oh,
yes.
Don't know. Okay, well,
I just feel bad for Questlove. He made the best documentary of the year. And
I mean, John, you know where I draw the line. I draw the line at I sexually assault you backstage at Sexy Liberal, but it's private to a degree, and it's not like
there are photos.
There are photos. We have photos.
I don't actually touch it. I'm just staring at it.
Around domestic violence, can relate to what that Oscar scene was like when, if someone strikes someone and then everyone tries to pretend things are normal in a really awkward, weird way.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Rock's greatest performance to me was just getting through the nominees for documentary.
Yeah. There's a weird,
everybody won.
Yeah. And there's a feminist element for me too. Yep. As much as we all love someone that will, stand up for us, protect us, I draw the line at assault and just the feeling like I'm just a little lady that needs someone to assault someone for me,
When Will Smith said, love will make you do strange things, nobody hits anybody out of love.
I would want my partner to defend me, but not assault somebody. I mean, so that...
Will Smith had gone on stage and grabbed the mic and said, I just want to say my wife has alopecia, and I think you're beautiful, honey. The crowd would have cheered. It would have been the Will Smith version, the branding we've all gotten used to.
Yeah.
And the mask would have stayed on, and he would have had a great night. As it is now, he lost some fans he'll never get back. And I'm a fan of the debate. I'm glad that we're all having a conversation about violence and male-on-male violence. But to me, this is just a male thing. Testosterone rots the brain.
Yeah.
And this is a culture that teaches men to solve problems with violence. So why are we surprised it happened? And again, it really ruined the Oscars for me because I was looking forward to, celebrating cinema by talking about ratings and clothes.
What year was it? Okay, Sexy Liberal.
I didn't protect you.
Fell into the orchestra pit. What did John Fugelsang do?
Jumped in.
He jumped into the orchestra pit, breaking his own leg or neck.
If I jumped in first and broken your fall, that would have been protecting. I just,
Was there an orchestra in the orchestra pit?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Good. That would have been worse.
But
he fell into the
jumped
orchestra.
in to save me.
Okay.
And he did not need to assault anybody, but it was very brave and very courageous, and I just,
Chris,
my panties flew off.
I was backstage. I ran onto the stage. I jumped into the orchestra pit. I found Stephanie and immediately took a selfie with her prone body. Give me a thumbs up. I was there for her.
That is love, Hollywood style. Yes. I love you, John Fugelsang.
So many likes. Thanks. Oh, listen, new podcast.
Yes.
We after years and years of begging, we are finally doing a daily podcast. Based on last night's SiriusXM show.
Yay!
It's the John Fugelsang podcast that has taken over the Sanity Cast, and the John Fugelsang podcast will now 6 days a week.
Woohoo!
Tonight, Ken Burns is on our show.
Whoa.
You can catch him on the pod tomorrow.
Wow.
So start subscribing at Google, at Stitcher, wherever you get your pods. I'm going to be 6 days a week now for people who don't subscribe to SiriusXM.
Awesome.
Ow.